The dunk has become a canvas for not just non-status quo culture, but also pop culture. And its time has come to have a greater meaning than it had in the past.
We wear dunks, and it has brought us closer as a crew.
Back in the days, it was about true to your school, but now it's just like true to the crew.
Camaraderie, unity, us against the world, that whole concept of crew mentality found itself back into the dunk.
Growing up in Chicago, we would just always freestyle. Music was a thing before people knew that we could rap.
We rapped and saved money. We was one of the first groups to knock down the neighborhood walls. We didn't care you was from the west side, south side. We were just the same type of kids doing the same type of stuff. Joey used to skateboard and Vic used to skateboard. The SBs was the soul fashion skating shoe.
That was one of the things that brought all of us together as kids. You might notice that somebody got a pair of shoes that you wanted when y'all both got them. You bond over stuff like that, and then you create the environment where you creating the culture. A lot of us are heavily involved in activism, using our platform to just give back.
Most of the south side and the west side are completely isolated areas where it's ain't no type of wealth for miles. It's literally kids with no shoes on their feet. We gave away 15,000 pairs of shoes in the same community.
Even after giving all the shoes out, a couple people still kicked off their own shoes to give kids.
We build back up our communities to try and create equity in the city. We got a bunch of initiatives, after-school programs, summer camp.
We're gonna be pulling together a bunch of learning activity books for kids that are affected by COVID.
Our crew is doing some things for the power of good.
See, the dunk built relationships, and crews came together to make an impact on that community, which became a part of your identity.
We call ourselves Ghetto Gastro.
We're a creative collective, and we use food as a catalyst to tell stories.
It's really about empowering our neighborhoods that we grew up in.
I was first introduced to dunks as an old school OGs in the hood that had a fresh dunks.
The Bronx is a global melting pot of different cultures.
But it's harder to find organic vegetables, fruits, but there's a liquor store on every corner.
Bags of chips and soda, high fructose corn syrup, all of that leads to underlying health conditions.
And that creates a powder keg for when the pandemic comes.
Well, I like the vegetables.
La Mirada is a mutual aid kitchen here in the Bronx, owned and operated by undocumented immigrants. The Bronx was the hardest hit borough by the pandemic. They were very passionate to use food as a weapon to help the community. Been working so hard. Some of the guys have holes in their shoes. I was like, all right, we gotta get them some kicks.
Nike did send out kicks for the La Mirada staff to make sure that everybody was right on their feet.
We were able to get La Mirada working and then get these meals out to the communities.
Community is a big part of what we're about here at Notre. Notre means ours, not just Jose and mine, but our community.
I grew up on the south side of Chicago.
And I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
MJ and I worked at Haberdash and clicked. One day, he pulled out the Michigan dunk, and we just went off on a 2-hour conversation about dunks. After late nights of work, we would hang out, grab a beer, and work on our business plan for this shop that one day we would have.
The dunk's why Notre exists today, and it brings great energy into the shop.
We have people lined up just to sign up for the chance to win these shoes. We were like, what can we do with all this energy for the community, for the greater good? We had releases where we had people bring in canned food, used books that were then donated to Chicago public schools.
I think it's not only meaningful for us, but also our customers, they see the impact that they're also able to be a part of.
This is our unit, and the dunk is our shoe.
Dunks represent unification of all these different ideas within skate, street art, design, fashion, and music into one crew.
It's been a mirror of youth culture.
The Dunks really just bringing all these people together in a beautiful way. If someone had it at school, they were the weirdo. Like, why the hell is this kid wearing a dunk? But I guess we're all weirdos now.
The dunk is an idea that everybody in the family said was going to fail. Because of that simple design, any culture could connect to this shoe and have some type of ownership.
The hype might go up and down, but the dunk, it's forever.
Legends never die.
Facts.